So Valve released their Steam Awards for 2016. They're dumb, but everybody probably knows this just by looking at the categories. I'm going to go through each category one by one, give my thoughts on the winner, whether they deserved it or not, and probably compare it to the other nominees. Also note that video game awards are completely pointless. You can like a game without feeling the need to validate it through some arbitrary award. Also, keep in mind that these awards are community voted, which means they're a popularity contest and not indicative of who would actually win. But remember, much like my opinions on these awards, that fact is completely pointless. These awards are written to draw out the raw, so random and dark XD crowd, and it showed. Anyways, onto the opinions. Award number 1, Villain Most in Need of a Hug. The winner is Portal 2. I feel Portal 2 is a fairly strong choice. I know the villains of Far Cry 3 and 4, and they don't need a hug. They're just cuckoo crazy. Borderlands 2's antagonist would also be fitting, due to him being ostracized by his friends and kind of killing his wife halfway through the game. But a hug for Wheatley in Portal 2 would be fitting as well. Dude's got no friends and nobody thinks he's cool. But I think you're cool, Wheatley. I see a lot of myself in Wheatley. Round, eager to help people, blue core empowering my bodily functions. Fat as fuck. Award number 2, the I thought this was cool before it got an award. The winner, Euro Truck Simulator 2. Disclaimer, I am not German. I have never visited Germany, and I have no family roots there. This lack of German blood within me is why I am indifferent to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I can understand why this game won this award, though. Stardew Valley got more attention from a lot of reviewers singing the praises of it, myself included, more so than the Let's Playing community. Unturned got a lot of attention because of its superficial resemblance to Minecraft, and it was released when Minecraft was hot with mostly adults and not children. Paladins is a game that exists. Starbound is similar to Terraria, and while I haven't played it myself, it has a very dedicated developer and a very strong base game in there. But I believe Euro Truck Simulator 2 deserved this award because it was always slightly popular, but not to an extreme extent. But with word of mouth and a very dedicated fan base, Euro Truck Simulator 2 was able to sell 3.5 million copies on Steam to this date. When I heard that people liked the game, I thought they were just being ironic. I assumed that you had GTA to exercise the fantasy of not driving properly, so why would people want a game that's just like an everyday job? I hate transit. I wouldn't want to play Bus Simulator 2017. Who would want to play a bus simulator? My favorite part about Bus Simulator is the construction workers with beer who walk to the front of the bus without paying, and the bus driver goes, hey dude, and then slightly raises his hand, and that just decides, you know what, I don't get paid enough, forget it. Doesn't that sound entertaining? But as I saw more YouTubers discuss this and talk about how great of a game it actually is, and how much an accurate simulation it is of driving, I sort of understood it a bit more. Driving terrifies me in real life. I get really worried when somebody hits the brakes hard, or I'm really close to a car. Driving just makes me uncomfortable, and it probably does that for a lot of others as well. So I understand if people want to zone out and simulate what truck deliveries are like. I applaud this game for taking an innocuous task and transforming it into a game that, hey, all of Germany loves, so who am I to judge? Germany is an amazing nation when it comes to football. Oh wait, where does Canada rank? Oh no, that's Anyways, well done, Euro Truck Simulator, yeah. Award number 3, The Test of Time. The winner, Skyrim. Okay. Alright, let's get into this. Skyrim is the worst possible winner out of these 5 games. Remember when I said earlier that community voting is essentially a popularity vote? Yeah, that shows very heavily with this entry. But let me compare Skyrim to the other candidates, and maybe you'll see why I hold so much disdain. Team Fortress 2 was released in 2007 and still has an incredibly large and dedicated fan base on Steam. The game regularly has at least 45,000 people playing it, and despite Valve's lack of care for this game, it has a community that will always be around. And hey, being free also helps. Skyrim was released in 2011. Using some hardcore calculations, Skyrim has been around for 4 less years than TF2, with a much smaller player base. And it's also important to keep in mind that the Skyrim remaster also released a few months ago, so buzz for this game is very fresh. In fact, during the winter sale, clicking on this version of Skyrim linked to the remaster and not the original. Take that for what you will. I'm not insinuating that this is a conspiracy, because I doubt Bethesda needs advertisement for one of the best-selling video games ever, and I seriously doubt they need the meme awards to boost sales. I would also argue that Skyrim, without mods, is still a good game, but one that's definitely dated. The combat in Skyrim is weightless and flimsy, and every quest feels very boring. Everything in the game is a fetch quest where you fight the same enemies in the same caves, and then a Nord comes up to you and goes, "Meet me in High Hrothgar with the Ulfric," and I don't want to do that. The visuals get uglier every year with its papier-mâché rocks, its Play-Doh faces, and its two-dimensional grass and fire, but at least the water looks nice. Skyrim, to use a metaphor that makes me sound much deeper than I actually am, is an inch-deep ocean. And I understand that it's a single-player game, and obviously a multiplayer game like TF2 will have more players, but 4 years in the game industry is an incredibly long time. For TF2 to still be relevant for almost 10 years now is amazing to me. Furthermore, I believe that the core game to the other 4 games are much stronger than Skyrim's. Civilization 5 is one of the most dedicated and loyal communities for any game, and Civ 5 came out in 2010, which is a full year before Skyrim. And like Skyrim, it is a heavily moddable, single-player only game that, according to Steam stats, has a consistently higher player base than Skyrim's. Civ 5 remains not only because of a strong modding community, but because the game is so in-depth that people's playtimes can easily reach 1,000 hours, with them still seeing new outcomes to games. The mods for Civ mean that the potential of the game is endless, and therefore a much stronger test of time than Skyrim. Terraria 2, I think, is a game with a lot of depth and fun to be had. Despite it being in my Steam library for 4 years, I can still return to it any time. I can play with friends, and a procedurally generated world and constant updates from the developer means that there's always something new to see in a new world. The content is essentially limitless. However, Age of Empires 2 is a game that released... Okay, you ready for this? In 1999. That was before the new millennium. That game still has thousands of players to this day. It is regarded as one of the best PC games ever created, up there with Fallout 1 and 2 and Planescape Torment. This easily should have crushed Skyrim. But again, this is a popularity contest. Okay. Rant is over. On to the next award. Award number 4. Just 5 more minutes. Winner, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Alright, never mind, let the rants continue. If this award were to be taken literally, then it should have been renamed to 45 more minutes because CSGO matches last a century. I have 25 hours on that game, and I don't feel like I've even played much of it. I personally don't even think it's very addictive, and I think that the other candidates are much more worthy. It feels like Valve created these awards just specifically for certain games. I know this title just means most addictive game, and the 5 more minutes is a cute way of saying that, but still, CSGO doesn't even fit this description. This award was pretty much made for Civilization to win it. The just one more turn mentality has never been more prevalent for a game than in Civilization. It's so easy to lose hours getting sucked into every turn because something is always happening in that game. I would even put Fallout 4 before CSGO. Fallout 4, although not my favorite game, is built around addiction. The player is always getting new guns or loot, always making some sort of progress, always getting stronger into some sort of demigod. The player is always progressing. Because of that, awards are small but incredibly gratifying and frequent. I would still put Fallout 4 below Civ 6, but I would put it above CSGO. And Terraria, oh fuck man, Terraria is crack. This game is so addictive, and it is a harmful drug. I'm honestly surprised that one of the Clicker Heroes games didn't make it on this list. Terraria is a game that is so easy to lose your mind in and have 5 hours of your day just sapped away. Just 5 hours gone. Like that. Precious time lost to mining. And mining. And mining. And hating yourself. Rocket League, I wouldn't really call addictive. I know matches are literally 5 minutes long, but I get why people get sucked in. It is a fun game, even if it was made by sentient gods to pit us foolish humans against one another to find out which is the most intelligent and superior. Seriously, if you're good at Rocket League, you have ascended mankind. But yeah, CSGO, not a strong winner. Award number 5. Whoa, dude! Winner, Grand Theft Auto 5. The award title here is very vague. It refers to a game that blew you away, and it could be for a myriad of reasons. I think GTA 5 is a game that encompasses many different qualities such as excellent presentation, gameplay, and activities. I get why it won. It probably has to do with a level of polish for each part of its massive open world. But if that's the case, I personally would have put Witcher 3 there instead. Witcher 3's world is full of beautiful imagery that's honestly prettier than real life. I mean, seriously, look at this. Like, you'd want to live here more than you would want to live where you actually live in real life. And even throwaway side quests have minutes worth of world and story building cutscenes. But looking at the other candidates, it appears presentation and graphical fidelity are what people favored for this award. But as it is, I think this is a good call by the Steam community. The award is vague, but if I were to play GTA 5, I think I might say, whoa. This is certainly overwhelming, fellow male homo sapien. Award number 6. Game within a game. Winner, Grand Theft Auto 5. Alright, let's just calm down here, GTA 5. Let's not take all these awards. It isn't 2013. Personally, I feel that GTA 5 is slightly cheating. I know these awards are arbitrary, but GTA 5 is full of multiple mini-games, and the description calls for the best singular mini-game in a game, in which, out of all of these, I would probably give it to The Witcher 3's Gwent, which was good enough to get its own standalone game. Tabletop Simulator is a bunch of card games within a video game, so that would be a good candidate too, but can that even qualify? Because without its minigames, then what is it? Tabletop Simulator needs those minigames to function as a whole game, seeing the forest for the trees and all that. And same with Garry's Mod. Garry's Mod is a toolkit, not a game, really. It's a form of expression and creativity. I guess for Stanley Parable, they're referring to the red button minigame within it, which is a solid RAR XD random pick. But could it be referring to its meta-narrative? Stanley Parable has a story that is concerned with talking about the illusion of choice within video games, so instead of that meme game within Stanley Parable, could the choice be referring to its artistic vision and purpose? Could Stanley Parable's inclusion be more than just a meme for these meme-baiting awards? Could the Stanley Parable community be that strong to overpower memes? Nah, probably not. Other than The Witcher 3, these picks are kind of odd, but oh well, GTA 5 won another award. The tsunami that is GTA 5 steals another award even 3 years after it came out. Award number 7. I'm not crying, there's something in my eye. Winner, The Walking Dead Season 1. Alright, prepare to see my masculinity breakdown. I feel that this is a very solid pick. The first Walking Dead season was a game that understood how to do emotional storytelling very well. It knew how to have hope within a hopeless world, and not be incredibly drab all the time. That's why when serious character deaths do occur, they hit very hard. The writing for The Walking Dead Season 1 was very well done and believable as well, and the game captivated a lot of people's attention in 2012, which was admittedly a pretty weak year for video games. It's why Life is Strange's heavy-hitting moments didn't really work as well for me. I wasn't able to really relate to the characters or their drama because of its awkward and unrealistic dialogue, so it didn't put a tear in my eye. I never played this War of Mine, but it has ludonarrative dissonance. Undertale is also up there in terms of really emotionally powerful moments. Honestly, for me, these are all really strong candidates. Undertale had sad moments strewn throughout, but nothing that really made me cry. To the Moon is a very short and a very powerful game, but I never finished it. So, between Undertale and The Walking Dead, it's hard, but I think I will give it to The Walking Dead. For a game that put Telltale on the map as the storytelling game company, this is a very strong game that has a great emotional core. If you somehow haven't had Undertale or The Walking Dead spoiled for you, they have my strong recommendation. Because my recommendation totally matters. Look how authoritative I am. In fact, if you like great stories and games in general, I would highly recommend all 5 of these games. These are all phenomenal in their own right, but they strike that raw emotional chord harder than most games. If you're up for smiles and tears, then these will all resonate with you strongly. I mean, they did for me at least. Award number 8. Best Use of a Farm Animal. Winner, Goat Simulator. XD. XD, everyone. Oh, God. XD. Award number 9. Boom Boom. Winner, Doom. The Dude Bro category. Again, all of these games are strong candidates, but I would judge them on these 3 explosion factors. Size of the explosions, the amount of the explosions, and the visuals of the explosion. With these 3 categories, let's rank these games using this criteria. Oh yeah, we're doing a list within a list about a list of game awards. Confused yet? Good. 5th. Keep talking. and nobody explodes. The total amount of explosions here are lacking. I suppose it is good to do one thing really well rather than a bunch of small things poorly. The big boom, if you cannot defuse the bomb, is indeed an explosion, but there are just too few to truly win the highly coveted Boom Boom award. Fourth, Kerbal Space Program. The explosions are a consequence or an intentional result of the player being stupid. The player can blow up their spacecraft if it is poorly constructed. Thus, these categories are all up to the player. This is truly a grand choice in video game design, an example of the power of narrative through video games. The player themselves constructs their story using the tools provided by the developer. A high art. Third, Just Cause 3. Just Cause 3 is a pretty game with lots of big booms. The big booms are, again, indicative of the player's consequences. Shoot the rocket launcher, or not. The choices are endless. Second, Broforce. Although pixelated, this game is absolutely off the hook. The amount of explosions and how large they are, despite their consistent amount, is absolutely staggering. Me and my brothers are sure to force our way to completion. First, Doom. A worthy choice from a worthy community. Doom marks a lot of things for the games industry. It shows that single-player first-person shooters can still be strong, and it shows just how amazing explosions of guts and bombs can truly be. It is an expression of the art that is the videographic gaming medium. Award number 10, Love-Hate Relationship. Winner, Dark Souls 3. I think as soon as the Dark Souls community saw that this was an award, they all banded together with their incredibly vague praise and xenophobic vitriol to nominate Dark Souls as the winner. And it worked, I guess. I mean, the only other game I feel that meets this level of love-hate is Super Meat Boy. I get incredibly frustrated with my hundreds of deaths per level in Meat Boy, but I always come back. Since respawns are instant in Super Meat Boy, dying only really sends you back 10 seconds as opposed to the minutes of progress in Dark Souls 3. Plus, in any Souls game, if I lose my souls because I die, and there were like 5 levels worth of experience in there, I get so mad and put the game down for a few hours, and then I get them back in like 3 minutes since it's not that hard to farm. While I personally feel Meat Boy fits this category more, I can definitely understand why Dark Souls 3 won this award. The other games I'm indifferent towards. I hear that Dota 2 is a steep learning curve, but I hate MOBAs and 100-hour-long matches, so I will abstain from providing my verdict. Either way, award was made for Dark Souls and its scary fanbase, and they won. Good job, guys. Award number 11, Sit Back and Relax. Winner, Euro Truck Simulator 2. 2 Euro Trucks. 2 awards. Is there even a Euro Truck Simulator 1? Like, I get why this game won this award. Take away the risk of property damage, death, serious damage to physical and mental state, the ramifications of potentially taking another person's life in a car crash, and gas money, and you've got a pretty relaxing game. You drive over landscapes of real places and deliver packages. That's the whole game. If you have a stressful day and need to forget your worries, I get why this game won. I think it's a great way to escape reality. Award number 12, Better with Friends. Winner, Left 4 Dead 2. The last award. The last of the highly coveted Steam awards. And it's a fitting pick. Though, what in the world is Golf with Your Friends? Who thought that title was good? Do you think, like, during the months of development for that game, the creators didn't at once think about the name? Left 4 Dead is called that because there are 4 players to play as, hence the 4 in the title. And this game is definitely one that benefits from the inclusion of multiple people. Left 4 Dead 2 on your own is a frustrating slog. The AI is terrible. I mean, let's be honest. So playing with friends is essential. I feel like Left 4 Dead is the essential pick up and play game. Like, without any tutorial or explanation, you can figure the game out. You have a gun, and you shoot it. I feel that it's a great co-op game because of this, because you can just invite anybody over, and they instantly get the game and you guys can have fun. Shoot the zombies, and don't get hit, because when you do, staples are injected into your feet and you can't move anymore. So there are all of the Steam awards. Were they pointless? Yeah. Were they rigged by Valve to sell even more copies of Left 4 Dead for the last award? Probably not, because everybody and their mother owns Left 4 Dead 2. Did I go too hard on Skyrim? Probably. But hey, my opinions are completely pointless, like these awards. So have a great day, everybody, and please subscribe if you enjoyed. I really appreciate it.